The police learned that E. Jean Carroll had an unregistered gun during her Trump testimony. This all backfired on her because now they go and they confiscate her gun because it's illegal and she's unstable and has too much money. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are as we celebrate Trump's victory, maybe a little prematurely, but you know, NBC News headline, police took possession of E. Jean Carroll's unregistered gun after her testimony in Trump defamation trial. Carroll revealed on the witness stand this year she had a handgun at her home, but didn't have a license for it. This once again confirms that what Alina Habba and Trump said about her is true, that she had an illegal weapon at her house. Okay, here's the article. Police in New York took possession of a gun belonging to writer, I'm putting writer in quotes, E. Jean Carroll in February after she said during the testimony in her defamation lawsuit against former President Trump that she had an unlicensed firearm at home. She's a gun runner. Guys, she's a gun trafficker, illegal firearms. What is this? One of those south of the border gangs? She's running weapons? That's just so her. According to a police report obtained by NBC News, the chief of police in Warwick, New York, visited Carroll at her home on February 15th to discuss some open issues, unquote. We'd like to talk to you about some issues. Look over there. And then they're like, jumper. The report states, including Carroll's disclosure of the handgun while she was on the witness stand in January 17th. During the second day of civil trial, Carroll had told the federal court in Lower Manhattan that she kept a, quote, high standard revolver, 9 chambers, at home with ammunition by my bed, she said. I still do not have a license, Carroll added. I think she was probably bragging. This is like all of us are like, hey, I got it. Yeah, there's no license. Hey, it's under the bed. Not something I would say in public, but John Rader, the reporting officer, said in his report, he offered to secure the weapon at the police station property for safekeeping. Kind of ironic. This is almost comedic. The officer's name is John Rader, and he raids her for a gun. Okay. Carroll and a member of her security team surrendered the gun a day after Rader visited, and the firearm was being held until Carroll receives a New York pistol license. Good luck with that. The report said Carroll and an attorney of hers did not immediately respond to requests for comments Friday evening, nor did Rader. Under New York state law, a person can be found guilty of criminal possession if they possess a firearm, such as a pistol, that has not been registered. The felony carries a maximum sentence of 4 years. Okay, now I got to update the title of my show that she's a felon because she had an unregistered. That's now this would only be if she was a Republican, only if her last name was Trump, would she ever get these charges. She's a Democrat and a floozy and a weird journalist of some kind, very crass person. So they will be like, we see nothing. That's the Alvin Bragg. That's the way Letitia James runs it. They're like, we see no crime here. We saw the little D next to your name instead of Republican. And so you get to do what you want even with firearms. Look, Democrats are crazy about confiscating weapons and arresting people for felonies. Unless it's Hunter Biden, you're on drugs and you can have an illegal unregistered gun and you can try to ditch it and you get no time, nothing. If you're on J6 and they find a BB gun in your great aunt's closet, you're going to prison. It was unclear why police waited almost a month to inquire in person about the unregistered gun Carroll said she had at her house or whether police are still in possession of it. Carroll's gun became a contentious topic under cross-examination in January hearing as Trump attorney Alina Habba pressed Carroll on her gun ownership and whether she knew she needed a license for it. The judge, now look, how many of you think any New Yorker with an unregistered gun doesn't know they need a license for their gun? You'd have to be an idiot. I'm sorry, but E. Jean Carroll knew she was committing a felony. The judge presiding over the case, U.S. District Judge Lewis Kaplan, appeared outwardly frustrated over the line of questioning by Haba. Don't even start, told her when she began asking Carroll about the firearm. See how unfair that is? That's how unfair this trial was. Alina Haba, she had to fight another attorney and a judge. It's always 2-on-1 in these New York cases. This is another fun one. I'm happy. I hope E. Jean Carroll, of course, if there was any justice, she'd be nailed for a felony for illegally holding a gun and even flaunting it to the court. This is what Democrats can do now. They can say it in public and smear it in the judge's face and go, what are you going to do about it, judge? I'm E. Jean Carroll. I'm an enemy of Trump, so I have Teflon. She could have discharged the gun in the courtroom and probably would still be found not guilty. That's how this works, guys, in America. Welcome to the new America. Let me know what you guys think. Will E. Jean Carroll ever get this gun licensed? Will she go buy another firearm? And if she does buy a new firearm, what do you think it will be? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Doug in Exile.